Good evening. You're watching the main news on HKIBC. I'm Isabel Wong.
And I'm Raymond Yeung. Here are tonight's top stories. President Xi Jinping said Hong Kong and Macau leaders, both cities played unique roles in countries opening up.
Plastic surgeon arrested over woman's death following Botox injection.
Donald Trump visited War Cemetery to commemorate U.S. soldiers killed during the First World War.
Hong Kong and Macau played unique and irreplaceable roles in the country's reform and opening up. President Xi Jinping said during a high-level reception of top officials and business leaders from the two cities in Beijing.
Chief Executive Carrie said Article 23 legislation was not discussed during the meeting, and once again denied speculation that her second-in-charge will be sacked. Riley Chan reports.
Under loud applause, President Xi Jinping arrived accompanied by Chief Executive Carrie Lam and her Macau counterpart Fernando Cho. About 200 Hong Kong and Macau elites from the political, business and other sectors were invited to a three-day tour to Shenzhen and Beijing over the weekend to celebrate the 40th anniversary of the country's reform and opening up. The showpiece event on their itinerary was the meeting with state leaders at the Great Hall of the People in Beijing this morning. In his 6-minute speech, Xi repeatedly stressed the irreplaceable role Hong Kong and Macau played in the process of the country's reform and opening up. The two special administrative regions have been an important reason behind the success of the reform policy, Xi added. He said the meeting this time demonstrated the central government's acknowledgement of Hong Kong's contribution in the past 4 decades, something the country and its people would never forget. The president also urged Hong Kong and Macau to seize the opportunity of the Greater Bay Area and the Belt and Road initiatives to integrate into the nation's development plans. In response, Lam said China's future plans would bring plenty of opportunities to Hong Kong. I hope this trip will boost everyone's self-confidence as we contribute to the country's needs with our strengths and improve the life of people in Hong Kong and the mainland, Lam said. Speaking to reporters after the meeting, Lam was again asked if she had discussed with the president on replacing her right-hand man, Chief Secretary Matthew Zhou, to prepare for the legislation of Article 23.
Well, first of all, we have not touched on at all the two issues that you have raised. As far as President Xi's remark on the very important role of Hong Kong throughout the 4 decades of the country's reform and opening up, of course, everybody in the delegation was very excited and very gratified that our contribution over the years has been fully recognized by the leaders.
Speculation has been going on for some time that Lam felt Zhou was not tough enough to push through the national security legislation and wanted him replaced. Lam stressed the sole focus of her cabinet right now was to implement the policies from her policy address. Riley Chan, HKIBC.
A 52-year-old woman has died in hospital after she became unconscious while undergoing cosmetic treatment at a Tsim Sha Tsui clinic yesterday.
The surgeon has been arrested for allegedly violating the Dangerous Drugs Ordinance and misleading police. Yupina Ng reports.
The body of the 52-year-old woman who died after allegedly receiving Botox injections was transferred to the morgue by hospital staff. The tragedy unfolded yesterday afternoon. Staff at a beauty clinic at Grand Center in Tsim Sha Tsui alerted emergency services after a customer had passed out. The woman was sent to Queen Elizabeth Hospital in a coma before she was pronounced dead shortly before 10 a.m. today. Hours later, police arrested the clinic's practitioner, Franklin Lee, an 86-year-old plastic surgeon. Boxes of drugs and other items were also taken away to assist in the investigation.
Person arrested is because of he breach of the being a doctor, breach of the our Hong Kong laws. Chapter 134A is the dangerous drugs regulations about the maintaining the record of dangerous drugs. And the second offense is misleading a police officer.
Police sources said Lee had previously claimed his client collapsed at a clinic after taking asthma drugs he had prescribed her. But after being pressed by police, Lee made a U-turn and said instead she was actually there for Botox injections. The surgeon had made headlines back in 2003, also for the wrong reasons. Another client of his, a 71-year-old piano teacher, passed away while undergoing a liposuction procedure at the time. The teacher's death was ruled to be a misadventure by the coroner's court in 2006. However, Lee had his license suspended for 5 months in 2009 after he was found guilty of professional misconduct by the medical council. Yupinam, HKIBC.
A foreman of a subcontractor has attributed to the steel bar cutting at the Sha Tin to Central Link's Hong Kong station to the stupidity of some reckless workers.
The foreman also told the inquiry that there was nothing but disadvantages in cutting steel bars. Riley Chan reports.
A foreman of subcontractor Fang Shan continued to testify today. Senior counsel Richard Cole, representing the government, showed a picture of workers cutting steel bars at Hong Kong station and asked Zhou Zheng if they were his workers. Zheng said he couldn't tell. The panel's chairman Michael Hartman asked Zheng why they would do that. Zheng estimated that the length of the steel bars could be wrong or that the couplers were broken. Hartman then asked if he believed the workers had cut the bars intentionally without the presence of a supervisor. Zheng said it was possible. He believed the acts of steel bar cutting were due to the stupidity of some reckless workers and was shocked that no one had tried to stop them. He also told the inquiry that there were no advantages but only disadvantages in cutting steel bars. Cole questioned why Zheng had not disclosed the